Hey everybody, Rocks the Box and Idea with a quick Magic the Gathering speculation advice kind of video. I don't want to make this too long. It's just something I noticed recently that with the new set coming out, there's been a lot, or at least a couple good examples of card spikes and market swings that I want to note for you guys, because many players who are new to the environment are going to be confused about why cards are swinging one way or the other. And also, for those who are veterans to speculative market, it's a weird time period we're entering right now with Battle for Zendikar entering, because not only is it a change of standard, the rotation for Theros is going on, but you also have this the change of how the block structure is going to be and how long the standard environment is going to be. And having 2 blocks a year, 4 sets, kind of shifting up how they're arranging and developing the cards and the archetypes and guiding the format as a whole, it makes it a big question just how swingy card value is going to be. So for example, this one just came up recently, Jace, Vryn's Prodigy. People who are a lot smarter than me, even on YouTube, there are those who talk about Magic the Gathering speculation, have, I'm sure, talked about Jace at least briefly, but I'm just going to give my 2 cents, which is that at $70 for him, he is definitely being pushed in terms of his hype. And yes, he does, while he will likely deliver in standard, seeing a card $70+ at a non-foil version for a card like Jace is very high. Especially when you look that literally a week ago and last month almost consistently he was $30 to $40. A card that doubles like this, very, very risky investment. And usually, unless someone if someone wants to play with the market, if you want to try yourself out, you do not go for a card that shifts like this. You might go for a card, Bring to Light, for example, which went up to $8 and dropped down to $6. The loss spread, if you buy, let's say 2 play sets of this, you might lose $10 from this. Jace, you buy 1 play set. If he drops $20 tomorrow, huge blow. Generally, quick flip on a card like this is not the best move to make. If you already have your set, or even a couple of them, and you want to play with him in the next couple of months before the format evens out, before we get some results back and see which decks are doing well, which cards are doing well, then I would say it's probably not a bad thing to hold on to him. I can't see him dropping below 40 and change dollars if he actually makes an impact, which he almost definitely will. And I think that for that, the impact you have to worry about is that once he makes his impact, unless he's 4 ofs in that range in a number of the top 8 decks, he's not going to stay at this price range in the next 6 to 8 weeks. More likely than not, he'll dip back down to the $40 range. But because there's that swing, if he does really well, which it could go up a little bit. If it drops down, it's not going to drop ridiculously. It's not going to go from 70 to 20. I think that if you have the cards and you want to play with them over the standard, over the next 12 to 18 months, hanging on to the copies you have is good. Those who want to pick him up, do so at your own risk. I seriously don't recommend jumping in. If you don't need to play with him immediately, you're not a pro, you're not desperately competing, I don't recommend you throw your money at him. And much goes the same for things like Drana, Liberator, and Malakir. You have a week goes by, she doubles in price, and then she shifts back down, and she's up and down, and with no real tournament results. This is all market specs and all market plays going on, and I don't recommend sinking your teeth into it. What I would recommend for those who are just trying to watch the market saying, when can I get into standard? One, we'll know a little bit more of the great standard archetypes when we get results back. Give it 4 to 8 weeks, and the prices will likely fluctuate less in that time. Most of the cards will dip simply because of the numbers being opened, especially when you have, oh my gosh, I need 4 of Jace's, more Magic Origin packs are going to get opened, guaranteed, especially when you have a price jump like this. It's going to help with the market. There's plenty of Origins out there that sealed, waiting to be cracked. You can definitely see the price coming down. That is why my general advice, not just with Jace, but with most of the standard stuff, is unless you need to play with it, leave it alone. If you have it already and you want to play, and it's a card that you're most guaranteed to see a lot of play like Jace, then hang on to it and don't just dump it. The market, we'll have to see. my guess is over the next year or two, we'll kind of get a better sense of how the standard rotation will work, because it's going to be a shorter rotation, cards are going to have more of an impact, and there's going to be less time for packs to get opened. It may not seem like a big difference, but with Magic as a whole growing, this could potentially have a huge impact on standard, whether it's, cards having $5 to $10 higher swings or more. We'll have to see. These kind of things are highly speculative, though, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about things like Jace, things like Drana, things like Bring to Light, which is less so. But the cards in standard, the shifts we're seeing, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's going to follow similar trends otherwise? Or what are your thoughts about, if you have the cards, you can hold on to them? Do you want to dump them? What are your thoughts? Just put them down below in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video, then please tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe. I'll try to bring you guys more of these when I feel they're necessary. It's not a main staple on my channel, but I want to give you guys, a few points of advice wherever I can, where I think it's relevant, and I think this is one of them. Don't buy in just because the market is swinging. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.